My name is Duane Rowe. I'm 6 foot and weigh 195 pounds this morning.
And so you did the Flint show, but in Michigan. Go ahead and tell us how that went and what future plans are coming up here.
So yeah, I did the Flint show 3-4 weeks ago, and it went pretty good. I dieted. I was about 6 weeks in the prep, and we did that. And the plan is to do the Michigan in 2 weeks. And yeah, everything went pretty good. I mean, not really happy, but I'm heading in the right direction.
Who's this here?
This is my lovely little daughter, Auburn. Can you say hi? Say hi. Tell them how old you are. How old are you?
How old are you, Auburn?
How old are you?
You being shy?
I'll tell. She's 2. She's a big 2.
2?
Yeah. She's 18 years out right now from her first show.
Good deal. Yeah, 18 years out from her first show. So let's talk about how long has it been now since
6 years. Be 6 years in 6 years in June.
15.
Yes, it was.
Okay,
same as
yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead and tell me everything they have.
So I was I just competed. I done the Michigan, like you said, in 2015, and I went to work the next day, and I was on my way to Fenton, Missouri. I drive a tractor trailer, and I was over in Kalamazoo, Pawpaw area, and I came into a construction zone, and everything kind of merged down into one lane. And I kind of come around a curve, and there was nowhere for me to go. So I was going 20 miles an hour and slamming brakes on, and rear-ended another tractor trailer. Then woke up in a hospital and lost a leg, broken pelvis, torn tricep, torn bicep, broken ribs, concussion, and almost 6 years later, here I am. So.
And it was now, because originally they tried to save below the knee, they had to.
Yeah, originally, so it was below the knee, and what the deal was I wasn't getting enough blood flow, and the knee was so damaged that by the time I got up on a prosthetic, when he was able to start walking, it took forever to get to where I was mobile. And so they just decided to go at the knee, and that's probably where it would ended up anyway over time. It probably saved me a lot of hassling down the road, but at the time, Jeff, it was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow.
Well, they always want to try and do as much as
Well, yeah, and the thing is all I kept hearing is you got your knee, right? I mean, when it comes to walking, your knee is everything, I mean, yeah. And, they just said, well, you got your knee, you're going to be all right, and it's just a foot. And then I'll never forget the day when the doctor come in, and he's like, well, we're going above the knee, that's it. That's all we can do, and walked away. I'm like, where's your bedside manners, bro? Like, the circulation problems and the knee. I had the surgery on the knee was shattered completely. So it was just, it had been, and looking back on it, and I can see what they're at the time. But at the time, it was like, you guys got to do something here.
in the Kalamazoo area, right?
Yeah, this was at Bronson Hospital. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised you didn't try to call immediately, I guess. But like giving you a battle or something.
Bronson Hospital was good. I had no problems with them at all. I mean, all the surgeons that worked on me did a great job on my tricep and my bicep and all that stuff, and everything was, my pelvis good. I mean, I had no problems with anything there. It was just what they did is they took a skin graft. They did everything they could do to save that leg. I mean, they did everything they could do, and at the end of the day, you got to put the ball in somebody's hand, and give somebody some, that's been around and trust what they're doing, and.
All total, how many surgeries were there?
So I Just there, Jeff, at Bronson, I had 10 surgeries in 12 days. And probably a total of, you're going to make me think for a minute, but I would probably say I probably had, after I was home, 5 or 6. So I probably got about 20 wrapped up in that accident.
One time they left a staple in or something?
Yeah. The sutures wouldn't heal, infection. I mean, and this is all stuff that happens. It happens to healthy people. It happens. It's luck of the draw. Some guys have it worse than others. But it was kind of rare. I mean, they were kind of scratching their head a little bit because I'm a healthy guy, and but yeah.
You ended up eventually. Why were you in DMC?
That was for my. So that's where I did my rehab.
Okay.
Yep. So I was there. I was actually. Hang on, Abby. I was in at Bronson for 3 weeks, and then I was at DMC for, I think, 6. So in the hospital a total of 9 weeks between the two. Yeah.
I was in the longest, I was like 30 days, and I was like 30 days.
Yeah. And the thing of it is so when I had gone and there was so much focus on my leg, that was obviously the main concern. And they didn't even see I was the one that discovered the tricep tear. They didn't even see that. They looked right past that. And there's just too much going on, and they missed it or whatever, and got that fixed. And it's just, how broken ribs are. Just bruised ribs. I didn't even feel that. Yeah. I actually pushed my foot right through the floorboard. Yeah. You got a lot going on. There's a lot of adrenaline going, and all that metal and stuff down there. But the cop had came up to the hospital, I don't know, maybe a week or so later, and told me that, to be very grateful. He'd been on the road for over 25 years and never seen, anybody go through that and live. So, and it's all credit to being in here. I would never have lived if I wasn't in working out and being in shape. That steering wheel is what if I wasn't maybe a little bit stronger, it probably would have crushed me. So, and when it's just being healthy and then being able to come back was good. Just like I said, this has been good for me here coming in the gym, and that's the first thing I knew I needed to do when I got out of the hospital is I needed to figure out how to get back in here. And I wheelchaired my way in here because that's what I had to do, because I knew that that was the start for me. And I knew once I got the ball rolling here, then things would get better, because that's always been my savior is this gym. So.
Yeah. And what made you finally decide to compete when you felt like you were at a point where it was time to get back on stage?
Yeah, me and Big Todd, Todd Winning had kicked it around a few times earlier on in when I lost my leg, and it just couldn't get going. We'd start on a diet and then bam, in the hospital again, another surgery. It's 5 more months off the leg. So my heart was always leading that, going in that direction, but I just couldn't stay healthy enough to get on a roll. And then once I decided and we decided to do this, I was on a pretty good, still am, no hang-ups with the leg, and everything was going good. It was fitting good. And, I didn't want to start something and not be able to finish it. That was my biggest thing, and so I felt that, okay, you know what, I can do this now. The leg's in a good spot right now, and I'm getting around a little bit better, and, let's do it. So me and Todd put a game plan together, and, here we are. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but people have no idea what you've been through. It's definitely inspiring, and as someone who's been in the hospital, mentally, the toll takes on you and stuff, but you don't get it. Like, did you find, was there anything special mentally that helped to kind of get through that, help you handle it?
Well, I think the only thing that I really had the issue with, with all this stuff, I knew what I was dealing with. I accepted the leg; it was gone. It wasn't coming back. I understood that. I just kind of wish that somebody would have been at my bedside, telling me that everything was going to be all right, with the guy with one leg, rather than some guy standing there with two legs telling me that everything's going to be fine. You know, where's the guy at that doesn't have a leg? I want to talk to him. You know, and you know, I get it. It's all encouraging, and everybody's trying to, you know, pat you on the back and get you going and keep you motivated. And I get all that, but I just look and you know, everybody was good in there for the hospital. You know, I didn't have any problems with anything. I had one incident that had a nurse that was stealing my pain medication, but that's another story. But
that's horrible. How can you do that? Someone like that. I had that happen one time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I didn't take it. I came back, it was gone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the nurse told me don't ever do that in the hospital. They should take it.
Well, and the thing is, they're not just taking it from you, right? Everybody else is getting it, you know. So that was really the only thing that really, you know, was the, you know, that I had a bad experience being in the hospital was the nurse that was doing that. But you know, I mean, and it was the year that I was there, Jeff. I was. It was 2015, and that was, I believe the nurse had told me that was one of the worst years they had for amputees that summer. A lot of motorcycle accident, guys were coming in there, you know, and I think there was 5 or 6 the time I was there, you know, amputees, you know.
It's a good place, and I was at Rim.
I loved Rim. Rim was, yeah, I liked being there. I didn't like being there, but it was all right, you know.
But I hear what you're saying about unless people have had it done, like no matter how good the therapist is or what they don't know because they're with you.
Yeah.
They've never learned how to walk in or anything.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Anyone like thank family, friends, sponsors?
I just want to say hi to my mom here. Mom, come in here for a minute.
I'm in the picture.
Yeah. I just want to say
Is Mimi
thanks.
in the picture?
Thanks, Mom. It was her birthday yesterday, and happy birthday.
Oh, thank
And, say happy birthday, Mimi. She's tired. But, yeah, my mom.
He's a good inspiration to everybody.
Yeah, my training partner, Big Scott here. He's been helping me out a lot. You know, and Big Todd Whitting, man. That's my dog, man. You know, he's been there every step of the way. And And I just want to thank him for everything, and I love you, buddy.
Okay, well, good luck to your show, buddy. We'll all be pulling for you.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. See ya. I just like to give a shout out to LP Meal Prep, Travis over there at LP Meal Prep. I appreciate everything, buddy. And meals are good, man. Save me a lot of hassling.